Easy mounts. In WoW, some of us like to get hard to obtain mounts. For others, we want some quick wins. So today we'll be going over 10 easy rare spawn mounts. Let us begin. Starting off our list at number 1, we have the Spineclaw Gladechewer. This mount is obtained from the rare 𝐂𝐨𝐬𝐨𝐽 at a 64% drop chance. Make your way over towards coordinates 28.6 to 55.2 in Ardenweald and slay the mobs around the area until he spawns, and then you will have a chance to obtain this mount. For me, I got this mount on my first try, but this may take a couple of attempts, so be prepared for this. Coming in at number 2, we have the mount the Reins of Poseidus. This mount can be farmed in the Shimmering Expanse and the Abyssal Depths from the rare spawn Poseidus. This mount is a 100% drop chance and can either be farmed from Poseidus, or you can always purchase this off of the auction house for a reasonably low price. Poseidus spawns once around every 4 hours in Vashj'ir, and from my experience I have the best luck farming this around 9 o'clock in the morning, as this is when most players are not online. Next up at number 3 is the Arathi Warfront mounts. This is where you'll be farming for multiple of the Arathi Warfront rares in the zone. These mounts are the Witherbark Direwing at coordinates 67.6 to 60.8 at a 6% drop chance, the Highland Mustang at 53.8 to 57.2 at 7%, the Broken Highland Mustang at 49.6 to 39.2 at 7% once again, Little Donkey at coordinates 27.2 to 56.8 at 7%, and the Swift Albino Raptor at 66.2 to 67.4 at 6%, along with Skull Ripper from the rare Skull Ripper at 57.6 to 45.6 at 6%. These mounts are quite easy to get a hold of, as I managed to get a hold of some while gathering footage for this video, and the rares are on a 1-hour spawn timer, making it so much easier to farm. Next up at number 4 is the Arboreal Gulper mount, dropped from the rare 𝐿𝐵𝐺𝐻. This mount is at a 72% drop chance for this rare. You will need to farm mobs in the area for the item Unusually Large Mushroom, and then use this on the rapidly growing mushroom to spawn the rare. The place to actually get the rare is around the same area as you did for 𝐂𝐨𝐬𝐨𝐽, and the Unusually Large Mushroom is located at coordinates 32.6 to 30.6 in Ardenweald. Coming in at number 5 is the Argus Manta Ray mounts. Here you will have a chance of obtaining 5 of these mounts from the 3 rare elites in Argus zones, which are Sabul in Erodath at 44.2 to 49.8, Narua at 70.5 to 33.7 in Krokun, and Varga at coordinates 64.3 to 48.2 in the Antoran Wastes. These rares have a 5% chance of dropping these mounts and are some of the easier open world rare mounts to obtain. Following on to this, at number 6 are the Darkshore Warfront mounts. These are much the same as the Arathi Warfront mounts, and as such, here are some of the locations for these mounts, which are Blackpaw at 6% drop chance at coordinates 49.6 to 25.0, the Ajamvale Chimera for 6% at 56.6 to 30.8, the Kaldorei Nightsaber at 5% at coordinates 39.8 to 32.8, the Umber Nightsaber at 5% once again at 41.6 to 76.6, and the Frightened Kodo, which is a 100% drop chance, which is found around the coastline, but it is a 100% drop chance. It just may take you a little while to find this mount. Though, if you do want all of the spawn locations, then you can always get my add-on Worth It guides, which covers mounts, reputations, gold making, and all of that stuff, and will just guide you through everything trying to get these mounts. Next up at number 7 is the Rattling Iron Cage mounts. There are 3 mounts that you can get from this, which are the Tundra Ice Hoof at 34%, the Armored Razorback at 34%, and the Warsong Direfang at 34%. These are obtained from the rares in Tenahan Jungle, and the cage is at a 10% drop chance from the rares in question, which are Terrafist at 15.2 to to 63.6, Vengeance, which is at 32.6 to 74.0, Doom Roller at 47.0 to 52.6, and also Death Talon at 23.0 to 40.2. These mounts are quite easy to get a hold of and do not take you that long if you just park a couple of ults there and wait for those rare spawns to pop up. Coming in at number 8 is the Garn Nighthowl, which is the easiest mount to get. This can either be farmed for yourself from the rare elite Not Korosh in Frostfire Ridge at coordinates 13.6 to 51.0 at a 100% drop chance, or is purchasable off the auction house for only a couple of hundred gold. This rare has a 16 to 20 minute respawn timer and is so easy to get it is laughable. Following on to this at number 9 is the Vile Fiend mounts. These can drop from the rares Skurrig the Devourer for the Acid Belcher at a 3% drop chance in Erideth at coordinates 50.6 to 9.8, the Bile Gnasher at 4% in the Antoran Wastes at 64.0 to 20.8 from Priscilla, or Vraxthul at 53.0 to 36.6. The Crimson Slave Maw at 3% in the Antoran Wastes once again, for the Blistermaw at 61.8 to 37.6, and the Vile Fiend at 4% from Houndmaster Cracks in the Antoran Waste at 63.8 to 22.0. These mounts are really easy to get a hold of, so I would just park an ult there and start farming. Coming up last on our list is the mount the Slightly Damp Pile of Fur. This mount drops from the Battle for Azeroth boss Dune Gorger Krolok. This world boss spawns at coordinates 44.6 to 56.2 within the zone of Vol'dun and has an 11% drop chance for getting this mount. There is also a world quest tied to this world boss, as well as a side note called the Sandswept Bones. With an 11% drop chance and multiple ults, you should not have that much of a problem getting a hold of this mount moving forward. Other than that, guys, that is my pick for the 10 easy rare spawn mounts. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.